Now, we are going to an interesting part of this particular clinic, and we are going to talk about oral English. Now, oral English actually means spoken English. Now, the English language is a legacy of the British rule over Nigeria, and because of that, the English language has become the official language of Nigerians. We communicate in it, we do our business in it, and all sorts of things. So it becomes necessary for us to know how to speak this particular language very, very well. And under this particular topic, we have some outlines. We are going to do an introduction to oral English. Then we talk about consonant sounds. We talk about vowel sounds. Then we go to voicing. We talk about plural markers, past tense markers, stress patterns, rhyme, and emphatic stress. Now, the introduction. Now, when we talk about oral English, like I said before, it has to do with the spoken English. So another word for oral is what? Spoken. Now, all languages of the world are divided into two. We have the written form of that language, and we have the spoken form of the language. Now, there is no myth surrounding the oral English, unlike what many students have actually believe over time. Some people believe that learning oral English is very, very difficult, but I can tell you it can be very, very fun and it's interesting. Now, when we talk about oral English, we are talking about sounds. We are talking about phonemes. And then, at this juncture, we'd like to talk about the number of sounds that we have in the English language. Now, like I said, when we talk about oral English, we are only interested in sound, that is phonemes. Phonemes. Now, what are phonemes? Phonemes are the smallest unit of a sound, the smallest unit of a sound. And then, when we talk about the sounds that we have in English language, there are 49 sounds in the English language. 49 sounds in English language. And these sounds can be divided into two groups. The first group is called the consonant. The consonant. While the second group is called the vowel. The vowel. Now, we have 24 consonant sounds in English, and we have 25 vowel sounds in English. Now, vowel sounds can be divided into three groups. What are the three groups? We have monotones. Monotones. We have diphthongs. And we have triphthongs. Once again, vowel sounds can be divided into three groups. We have monotones, diphthongs, and triphthongs. Now, we have 12 monotones in the English language. We have 8 diphthongs, and we have 5 triphthongs. If you add them together, we have 12 plus 8, that gives you 20. 20 plus 5, that gives you 25. Now, monotones can be divided into two groups. We have what we call short vowels, and we have what we call long vowels. Long vowels. We have 7 short vowels, and we have 5 long vowels. Now, this chart is just a summary of the sounds that we have in the English language. Like I said, we have 49 sounds, and they can be divided into two groups, consonants and vowels. The consonants are 24, while the vowels are 25. Now, the vowel sounds are divided into three groups. We have monotones, diphthongs, and triphthongs. Monotones are 12, diphthongs are 8, triphthongs are 5. The monotones are divided into two groups. We have short vowels and we have long vowels. Short vowels are 7 and long vowels are 5. Now, let's talk about the next thing. We are going to talk about consonant sounds. Consonant sounds. Consonant sounds. Consonant sounds. Now, for us to discuss the differences between consonant sounds and vowel sounds, we need to know something we call egressive S-string. Egressive S-string. Egressive S-string. Now, what is the egressive S-string? That's the name that is given to the air that comes from our mouth anytime we make a sound or we speak in a particular, any language whatsoever. So whenever we make any sound or we speak any language, air comes out of our mouth, and that air is called the egressive airstream. Now, this particular air is very, very important in distinguishing between consonant sounds and vowel sounds. Now, in the case of a consonant sound can be defined as a sound that involves an obstruction of the egressive airstream at some point in the mouth. Simply put, it means that whenever you produce a consonant sound, there is a blockage or a stoppage of the egressive airstream at some point in the mouth. This blockage may be partial, or it may be total. The blockage of the aggressive airstream may be partial or it may be total. And the blockage may be caused by speech organs, such as speech organs or what we call articulators, speech organs or articulators such as the lips, the teeth, the tongue, or a combination of all or some of these words, speech organs. So I said, whenever you produce a consonant sound, you will notice an obstruction of the air that comes from the lungs or from the mouth. And that obstruction may be partial or it may be total. And I said this obstruction may be caused by what? By the speech organs or articulators such as what? Lips, the teeth, and what? And the tongue. Now, there are 24 consonant sounds in the English language. Like I said before, there are 24 consonant sounds in the English language. And the 24 consonant sounds are the following. Now, these are the 24 consonant sounds that we have in English language. We have the pa, ba, ta, da, k, g, ma, and so on and so forth. Now, these, like I said, are the consonant sounds that we have. Now, before I go on, I want to let us know that when you are talking about sounds, sounds are normally enclosed within two slants. Any sound you want to make, whether it's at the level of phony, it has to be enclosed within what? Two slants. Even when you're talking about words, it has to be what? Those words have to be enclosed within two slants. And even the longer utterance. For instance, if you are asked to transcribe the word boy, and you wrote something like this, if you leave it this way, even though your transcription is correct, but because you have not enclosed this symbol within two stroke or slants, then we say that you are wrong. It's only when you have done this that you have a sound. So this is what the symbol for what? For the expansion for the word boy. So these are the 24 consonant sounds that we have in English language. And then we need to just talk about these sounds. How do we realize them? Very, very quickly. Let's look at them. How do we realize them? Now, the pa sound is found in certain sounds such as pa sound. We have in certain sounds such as what? Paper. Paper. You can hear the sound pa. So we have it in paper. Paper. We have it in people. People. Now, so that sound is here. You have it in paper, you have it what? In people. That's the pa sound. Now, there are some times when you have the sound pa, or you have the letter P in a word, and it is not what? It is silent, not pronounced. Like in the word receipt. Even though you have letter P there, the P is silent. So we pronounce the word receipt. In a word like what? Cool. Cool. It's not cool, but what? Cool. The P is silent. In a word like what? Call. Call. Now the P is silent. So in those words, even though you have letter P, but the P are what? They are silent in those words. Then the next sound is when you have the bar sound. Bar sound. You have it in a word like baby. You have it in a word like baby. And this is transition of word of baby. You have it in a word like basket. 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 Now once again, there are sometimes when you have words where you have the letter B in a word and the B is silent. For instance, this word is not pronounced plumber. It is pronounced what? Plumber. The B is silent. If you look at this word again, this is not pronounced climb. It's actually what? Climb. The B is silent. When you look at this word, B-O-M-B, it is not bomb. It's actually what? Bomb. So the last B is silent. So you can have a letter, and the letter word may be may not be what we pronounce. Now another sound is what? Ta. Ta sound, you have it in a word like teacher. You have it in a word like teacher. Teacher. You have it in a word like toy. 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 You have it in a word like toy. Once again, you may have words where you have letter T, and the T is not what? Is not pronounced. For instance, when you have word like when you have word like castle. Castle. Even though you have letter T there, the letter T word is silent. In a word like wrestle, wrestle, the letter T word is silent. In a word like D-E-B-U-T, it's not devils, but what? Debbie. The P is silent. Sorry, the T is silent. So when you have a letter, it is very, 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 very possible that you may not pronounce that particular sound. We say those sounds are what? Are silent. Now let's look at another sound. Let's look at another sound. We have the dash sound, as in dog. Dog. As in days. Days. Now, sometimes when you have this D sound or this D letter in a word, sometimes the D may be pronounced as what? As letter J. For instance, in the word educate, it is not pronounced educate, it is pronounced educate. In this word you have, so the D is pronounced as well as ja, ja. But in the word like S-I-O-L-D-I-E. So it is not pronounced soldier, but what? But soldier. So the D is pronounced as what? As J. Now another sound is what? Is ka. Ka. Now ka can be realized in about 4 ways. It can be realized by letter K as in what? As in K. K. Can be realized by letter K as in what? Kettle. Kettle. It can be realized by letter C as in cat. Cat. As in cage. Cage. It can be realized by letter CH. CH as in chaos. 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 It can be realized by letter CH again as in character. 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 So CH realizing work. Then it can also be realized by Q, as in Q-U-A-Y. Q-U-A-Y is pronounced as key. The same pronunciation as K-E-Y. So we have key, as in Q. Q. See, this is what you have, Q. So these are the various ways that the car sound is realized by letter K, letter C and H, and letter Q. Then let's look at the next sound, which is what? The gas sound. The gas sound. Gas sound. That is from letter G. You have G. Now, gas sound as in what? As in goes. Goes. As in go. girl. Then you can also be realized by GH as in ghost. 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 Ghoul. 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 Now, sometimes when you have G, it can be pronounced as what? As J. J sound. As in GEM. That is gem. We don't need to go there now. Now let's look at the next one. That is ma. Ma as in what? Mother. 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 Mother as in market. 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 Then you have the next one, which is what? Na. Na can be realized in about 3 ways. It can be realized by letter N as what? New. New. Name. 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 It can be realized by that N. It can be realized by KN as in night. Night. In this case, the K is silent. You have night. As in no. 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 Then it can also be realized by GN as in nat. Nat. The G is silent, so you have nat. As in gnome. 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 Then it can also be realized by PN. In this case, the P is silent, just like G is silent here. You have pneumonia. 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 And so on and so forth. So that concludes how the NA sound is realized. Then let's look at the next sound, which is ing. 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 Now this sound is realized when you have words ending with what? ING, ANG, UNG. For instance, you have something like king. King. So this is what you have, king. You have hand. Hand. This is what you have, hand. You have it in the word strength. 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 That is strength. And so on and so forth. You have it in the word like ink. Ink. And so on and so forth. You can see the sound ink there. Then the next one is what? Is la. As in lady. 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 As in lorry. Lorry. The next one is ra. That is the R or what we call the ra R. Now this can be realized in about 3 ways. It can be realized by letter R, as in what? Right. Right. It can be realized by what? By road. By the same R, road. Then it can also be realized by WR. Wrestle. 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 Wrist. 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 It can also be realized by RH as in rhyme. Rhyme. So RH, rhyme. Reading. And so on and so forth. So we have concluded how the RA sound is realized.